kids, welcome back to yet another online lesson. Today the topic is the worshipped king, and we'll be reading from Matthew chapter 2 verse 1 to 12. So why don't you read along with me? After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. When he had called together all the people's chief priests and teachers of the law, he asked them where the Messiah was to be born. "In Bethlehem in Judea," they replied, "for this is what the prophet has written. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judea, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah. For out of you will come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod called the Magi secretly and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search carefully for the child. As soon as you find him, report to me, so that I too may go and worship him." After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route. Wow, isn't that amazing that they came to worship the king, baby Jesus? After Jesus was born, Herod, the Jewish king, planned to kill Jesus, but the non-Jewish Magi were led by God to worship him. In this chapter, we see that Jesus is born to rule over everyone. Some people will love him and some will hate him, but we are called to worship him. In this chapter, we see that King Herod, the Jewish people, and King Herod's advisors were in the position of privilege. They were the insiders. God had prepared them for over thousands of years to receive Jesus as king, but instead they rejected him. We see here that Herod really rejected Jesus. I mean, he had every information there was to know that Jesus was coming. He was the insider and had insight from the scrolls from the past prophets like Isaiah, but he chose not to be part of this family and rejected Jesus. The Magi were chosen by God to show that Jesus came for the whole world. They had less information but still followed God through a sign which was a star. They had a further distance to travel because they were not from Judea to come and see Jesus, and they had less than Herod, but they still gave their gifts unto Jesus. They were outsiders who came to worship Jesus the King. We learn from this story how we should respond rightly to Jesus, that we should worship him as King. It is not enough to know or to understand. We must give our lives for Jesus. Jesus is not just for Christmas. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to this amazing online lesson, The Worshipped King. I do encourage you all to worship Jesus as King, because that is what we are called to do. We are called to worship him. And even though it might seem like we are outsiders, like the Magi's, we still can come to him freely, give him great gifts, and worship him. Have an amazing rest of your week or weekend, depending on when you're watching this. Mwah. Love you all. See you next time.